Welcome back, everybody, to Starmade on the Shattered Skies Hardcore Survival Server. This is Quantum Quasar showing off my new skin. Nothing much, just used the little custom skin creator. Made myself a little alien skin. Purple spacesuit, whatever. Just messing around. But here we are in another episode of the Weekly Whips, and let's go ahead and get right down to it. I'm standing on the corner of what last episode was, I believe, the Gluon, the super harvester that I was working on. Not so much super harvester, but the big harvester that I was working on. And we'll go ahead and start here and show off what she's become. So it is now the Pyrochlore. This is a mining barge, so I call it. And I've taken the design elements from my previous builds and incorporated into this one in something a little bit different. You can see on the front here we've got our harvesting array sort of thing. Big claw bits and mining chunky bits. I was thinking about doing some actual rotating rail pieces on it, but I decided against that because I'm really working more on just altering the theme. Keeping the theme, but making it in different ways. This is bigger, clunkier, more construction-y, and not nearly as sleek as the fighters and bombers and the cruiser. So I wanted the same overall ideas, but wanted to see how I could play with them, wanted to see how I could modify them. Of course, I kept the floating kind of armored shield portions on it, and started doing. I'm in the middle of detailing on this one right now, so I'm starting to do greebling, some ideas for the engines. I'm not sure how much of that's going to stay permanent, but I was just kind of messing around, seeing where I could take it, seeing where I could play with it, and starting to get the detailed elements down, and possibly change a few of the design philosophies that I used on my previous ships, but trying not to change them too much. I still want to keep things in the same family at least. So this has been the big project of the last week. Did not get as much time to play in this last week, had a few things going on. So instead, what time I did have, I decided to devote to one project and see where I could get with that. So from the Gluon, quite a bit of progress. I redesigned a few pieces multiple times. Some of it I'm not 100%, crazy about. The hammerhead is designed a little bit differently, just in the way I took some of the angles. You can see the 45s are taken, at a different point. The back one goes a little bit further back than the front one does. Excuse me. But overall, I like where it's going. I like that the design elements seem to be coming together in a way that keeps it, same but different. So definitely liking that quite a bit. And in the back here, you can see I finally started to add some color. Holy crap! I'm using something other than gray hull to do stuff. So there's the Zorp logo on Zorp Tower, and that is about as far as I got working on the base, was a color change. So like I said, this episode is not going to have a whole lot of work in it, but I am still making progress. I'm still here. I'm still going, and that's what's important. And back here is the start of a new frigate. You see now that the catalyst has been completely disassembled. It was kind of hard to do that, both timely because it had a lot of turrets and because it was the only thing that I had that was really combat worthy of any say, against some of the bigger ships on the server. But I'm not really focusing on combat right now. I'm trying to upgrade my design philosophies, and again, I'm not sure how much this one is going to follow in the exact same vein as the other ships so far. I'm not sure if I'm going to do any hammerhead pieces on it, though I may. But I want to take this in a little bit of a different direction. In fact, the core is probably going to be fairly far forward on this one. I thought that it was going to be closer to the back, but I am using a little bit of inspirational artwork for now, and I may show that off depending on how much I end up following the design through to the end. But I found some concept work that I was kind of happy with and thought that I might be able to include some design elements of into a new kind of frigate. And the reason for this is, for building this frigate, actually, is because the pirates just got upgraded on the server. Originally, the pirates were pretty much just fighters. I think there were like 12 or 14 different fighter variants. And they came in around 60 to 80,000 shields each and had some pretty nasty guns on them. But now there are, I think, 4 additional pirate types, including a heavy fighter and a cruiser, that are supposed to be just completely earth-shatteringly strong. So that's going to be fun to mess around with, and I want to build something that can compete with them. So that's where this guy comes in, and hopefully it will be able to show off some more progress on that. I just started it last night, so we'll see where that ends up. But for now, that's going to be it for the weekly whips. I hope you enjoy, and come and see us on the Starmade Shattered Skies server.